Hi, everybody. It's 2 o'clock on a Thursday, and today I'm going to finish up the quilt cards. So I have three left to do out of the kit. So if you joined me on Tuesday, I did these two, and I showed you three different quilling shapes. We did the teardrop, and we did the tight circle, and we did the cat's eye. And of course, these ones started with a loose coil. So we're going to do these three today. All right. So we'll start with the heart. So the heart, I'm going to put my card together because it's easier to add it at the end. So of course, as I said before, you can certainly just add your quilling to a blank surface. I decided I was going to use them with card elements or cut aparts. And I'm just adding 3 mats. Hi, Selena. I just think that using the cut aparts or the card elements just adds a little more interest to the card. I'm going to trim that off a bit. So it was a bit smoky today at the lake. And a bit overcast. But I've been making Christmas cards, if you can believe it. All right, so my card is ready. Now we will do the hearts. So I'll take my paper. And again, this is the length of the paper that you get from Quilt Creations. And I'm just going to fold it in half and tear it. You want to tear it because the feathered end creates a really nice mend with the glue. So I'm not using the feathered end at this end. I'm using the factory cut. So I've slipped it into my quilling tool and now I'm going to go clockwise. Again, the tension is created by my thumb and my forefinger. And it's I'm not squeezing it at all. It's a very loose tension. You don't want to squeeze it to create it too tight. So once I'm at the end, I'm just going to turn it counterclockwise and let it relax. Okay, and now I'll do the other one. Hi, Maureen. Yes, I'm having very relaxing time. I'm watching lots of Netflix Prime, and I have audiobooks I'm listening to, and I do have some books like actual paperbacks that I should be reading instead of watching Netflix, but oh well. Now I'm just turning it. There we go. All right. I just started watching Ballard. It's on Prime. I like all detective type crime shows. That's what I like. So that's what I watch. So I'm just going to glue this, and I've got it as a size 3. I kind of know what a size 3 looks like, but I gave you that little circle. and they're dead on, girls. All right, so now I'm going to squeeze it, pinch the bottom to create a teardrop. All right, and I'm going to do the same with this. I just use white glue. It's nice to have a fine tip. Squeeze it. Hi, Darlene. And there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 teardrops and I'm going to put glue on the side of one of them. And I'm going to put them together. Squeeze them together. Now, you can work on a, where's my, on a piece of glass, or I'm getting my little, or something that, so this, I use this for all of my adhesives, and it's just a mat that you would use with a glue gun. Okay, so you put them together like that, and you get a little heart. Isn't that cute? So you can kind of pinch the bottoms together, and then bring your card in. I find the smoke is actually bothering my throat. All right, and then I'm going to put it in position right here. So I'm just going to add, oops. And there we go. Isn't that cute? A little heart. Thankful for you. So there's our first card. I think it's adorable. Now, if you're mailing these are quite firm. Like, I don't think they're going to squish at all. You probably would have to add extra postage, but you could put a little layer of bubble wrap or something on top of it if you wanted, but I don't know. They're pretty solid, so I don't know if they would get damaged. All right. Okay, so the next one is going to be our 6-petal flower. Now, I put this happy birthday, you see me use it many, many, many times. And this is from Mom Elephant, which I think they have ordered at the Scrapbook Cottage. All right, so let's put this card together. Yes, Darlene, you would love the heart. There we go. And the third mat. This was actually a 6x6 or 4x6, and I just cut it in half. So this same one is in both card kits. I really don't think you'd be disappointed by getting this card kit. It's not hard to do, and it's just fun to sit and quill. Alrighty. So now and you get instructions with each of them right here. So here's all the full instructions. So you take your purple, again, it's a full strip. You're going to fold it in half and tear it. And you're going to do a loose coil. Now, if that little split, sometimes you might get glue in it. Sometimes it just seems to close up a bit. You can just wash it. But if it does close up a bit, I'll show you what I do. So I'm just going to go let that relax. So what I do is I take my craft knife and I just run it down the center of it. I just kind of put it in like that, and then it opens it up a bit. Okay, so that's an easy way, because sometimes it closes up too tight. Or when you get it, maybe you find it too tight. So just put a little, take your craft knife and put it through. All right, I'm just going to pinch the end. I can pick the kit up. I'm here until the 26th, I think. So I can pick it up then. Okay, so there is my petal. Okay, I'm going to bring these in. I made them all. So there's 6 of them. 6 teardrops. So now I need a center. And you need 8 inches of yellow. So let's get 8 inches. I think that's about 8 inches. And now this is a tight circle. You usually do tight circles for the center of your card when you're doing flowers. So a tight circle, you actually glue it right on the quilling tool while it's on here. And then turn it counterclockwise and pull it out. The paper's thin, so it glues very quickly. Okay? All right. So now I'm just going to put that here in the center, so we'll glue that on. And now I'm just going to add my petals. So I'm just going to put a blob of glue there and add my petals. So I usually do one and then one directly across from it. The other flower that I did on Tuesday, it was, I used the cat's eyes. There we go. And we'll just get them all glued on here. Hi, Maria. Okay, so there's my flower. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to do 2 leaves. So I have my green, and I will tear it in half. And now I'm going to create 2 cat's eyes for my leaves. there's one loose coil and a second one. So I will have the other kit ready in a couple of weeks, so you have time to finish this one up, and then you can order the next one. Alrighty. So with a cat's eye, I'm pinching it at one end and then I'm pinching it at the other end. Okay? And then you get your leaf. Now, you can kind of curl the tip to get a more leaf shape like that. Okay? And then I will glue that in here. And then I'll do the other one. So pinch one side and pinch the other side. Oops. And then you can kind of turn that one end. And I'll put it right in here. And there's my flower. So pretty. Okay. All right, the last card is, it has a rainbow on it, so, and a cloud. I really like this one. So we're going to make some little clouds. I love all the colors that I used. It's so colorful. Like, who would have thought to put all these together? Whoops. Ran on a tape. I love my tape gun. I can't make cards without it. Love it, love it. Alrighty. But look at that teal color with orange. And then I put pink. Who would have thought? Nice and bright. And then we have this lovely rainbow. It's a wonderful day. Great little birthday card or whatever. And then we're going to do some little clouds. So we have the white. You're going to have some white left over. And I will cut this in half, tear it in half. Oops. Okay, I'm starting with the factory edge. And I'm creating my loose coil. Okay, and I'm going to do another one, and I've already made one of them. go. So I did try and create a big cloud, but it didn't work out. So I just made some little ones, which I think worked out really well. Alrighty. I do like using that ruler for my sizing, but I put it away and forgot to get it back out. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch the bottom here, and then I'm going to pinch the bottom on the right. Okay, and that creates a half circle. So if I wanted a triangle, I would just pinch the top. All right, so there's one cloud. There's another cloud. And I will make this one. I love this card. Okay, so now I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to pinch the bottom left or right side, and I'm going to pinch the bottom left side, and then it creates a half circle. All right, so let's glue those on. I think this is so cute. There we go. Adorable. So we have our clouds. We have our flower. And our heart. And then we had our flower from the other day and our bow. So those are the 5 cards that are in the kit. All right. And then the card kit that I'm working on is this one. So again, we're making hearts. You make me so happy. This is the ducks. I have to finish them up. These are little triangles for a flower. It's going to go this way. And these are tight circles. You can see the flower with a loose coil. And then this is a little tulip. Right, so those are the ones that are coming. Now next Tuesday I'll still be at the lake. Thanks, Selena. So I'm going to be making this double slider card. And I'm using Lawn Fawn. And it's Squeeze the Day, You're So Sweet, Yay, It's Summertime. And then pull here, and you pull them, and they slide out. May your summer be filled with smiles. Happy birthday, you're awesome. And then it closes up. Isn't that cute? I'll have to, and it opens up as a card as well. So cute. Love it. These little guys are adorable. All right, so that is on Tuesday. And then Thursday, I am using this beautiful stamp, and I'm making this little 3D card. And I just realized I didn't bring this paper, but I'll have to find something else. So it kind of hangs in the center. See that? And it stands up like that. I love it. I love those flowers. I think these are Altenew flowers. They're beautiful. All right, so those are the two cards. Now, I have made these slider cards before, but I've had trouble with them. But this one works beautifully. So tune in for that, and you'll be able to make a really easy slider card. Alrighty? Okay. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.